Often science fiction is lauded for its ability to predict the future. Everything from video chat to drone warfare has been predicted by writers from the genre. But what's more rare is a piece that anticipates the mood of the future. In order to anticipate a coming zeitgeist, an artist has to look to the culture and technology of the present and predict what their implications might be. If someone were living in the 80s, for example, one might look at an increasingly image-saturated world and ask, how will this affect us as humans? This is where Videodrome comes in. The film follows Max Wren, president of a sleazy broadcasting station called Civic TV. In his search for more shocking programming, he's shown Videodrome, a plotless broadcast that shows the torture and murder of unnamed victims by masked perpetrators. He begins pirating the signal for his own station. When he shows it to Nikki Brand, a radio host he's having an affair with, she becomes fascinated and seeks out the program, only to disappear. When Max investigates the broadcast, he learns that exposure to Videodrome's signal creates brain tumors, which cause hallucinations and leave victims vulnerable to control. Two groups are covertly struggling for control of the signal. The cathode ray mission led by Bianca, daughter of dead media theorist Brian Oblivion, and the Spectacular Optical Corporation, an eyeglass company that acts as a front for an arms manufacturer. The corporation wants to use Videodrome to kill off those obsessed enough to watch such programming. Max's partner, Harlan, was employed by the corporation to expose Max to Videodrome. They then direct him to kill his coworkers and Bianca. Though he follows their orders, Bianca uses Videodrome to stop Max and reprogram him. She directs him to kill the corporation's head, bury convicts. Afterwards, Bianca has Max kill himself, and the film ends.
Soon all of us will have special names.
For a film about television, it's amazing how prescient it was about the internet. Usernames are now a common convention of social media. I have a television name, and if you're watching this, you probably have one too, even if it's the same as your real one. But the idea of a television name extends beyond a prediction. In the film, we learn that Brian Oblivion has died before the events of the film, and saved thousands of tapes of himself. His daughter uses these tapes for his television appearances to hide his death. In effect, he lives on through his recordings. This extends to Max Wren's hallucinations throughout the film, where Oblivion talks to Max, even referring to the events as video hallucinations. This is a world where two-dimensional representations with fake names become as real as you or me, maybe even more so. After her disappearance, Nikki also becomes a video hallucination, manipulating Max on behalf of the corporation. In one of the most famous moments in the film, we see Max making out with her image in a television set, sticking his head into a distended screen. Her image becomes as real to him as her previous self. We've seen this phenomena occur in real life in the form of a parasocial relationship. A parasocial relationship is a one-sided connection to someone you see in the media but don't know in real life. These relationships are commonly formed with celebrities, social media personalities, and even some fictional characters. This attachment can be leveraged by the media creator to influence their audience. While this is most commonly leveraged to sell products or maintain engagement, you can find plenty of political content creators inciting audiences to action. In a sense, this is what the video version of Nikki does to Max, inciting him to kill on behalf of the corporation's agenda. Videodrome just presents a more dramatic version of real phenomena.
Get the Videodrome! Long live the new flesh!
As a filmmaker, David Cronenberg has always been intensely interested in humanity's relationship with technology. He once said of his film Dead Ringers, "Since I see technology as being an extension of the human body, it's inevitable that it should come home to roost." Films like Crash and Existence explore this relationship in more direct ways, exploring the fetishization of cars and the possibilities of virtual reality, respectively. But it's Videodrome which I think speaks to the internet age. As Max Wren's hallucinations get worse, he perceives his body as merging with technology. A gun fuses to his hand, and the corporation inserts videotapes into his stomach to control him. Technology also takes on biological characteristics. Televisions begin to breathe and their screens become flesh. This imagery, as well as the character of Brian Oblivion, show the influence of media theorist Marshall McLuhan. McLuhan thought that the media was connected to us and, in effect, an extension of our senses. The television of Videodrome replaces the normal stimuli you or I experience with hallucinations. It acts as Max's eyes and ears, forcing him to see what it shows. Although not to such a dramatic degree, our computers and phones can similarly affect our perceptions.
The battle for the mind of North America will be fought in the video arena.
As Max investigates Videodrome, he slowly learns of the ideological struggle to control the signal. The corporation wants to use the signal to kill undesirable members of society. In their own words,
North America's getting soft, Patron, and the rest of the world is getting tough. Very, very tough. We're entering savage new times, and we're going to have to be pure and direct and strong if we're going to survive them. Now, you and this cesspool you call a television station, and your people who wallow around in it, and your viewers who watch you do it, you're rotting us away from the inside. We intend to stop that rot.
At first, it seems odd that an arms manufacturer would be pursuing such an ideological goal. But Cronenberg seems to be suggesting that ideology and profit have a closer relationship than one would think. During this period, the Reagan administration significantly increased military spending as a part of the Cold War. Reagan and the Christian right also tapped into a sense of declining morality as a rhetorical strategy, which is reflected here. Although this is just one line, it implicates governments and corporations in Cronenberg's critique of the media and suggests their interests are often aligned. Max is subjected to their manipulation throughout the film, but it's not just these two groups which use him. As technology becomes more and more democratized, even small groups like the Cathode Ray Mission can exert influence. But back in the days of Videodrome, you at least needed public access or a pirated signal. Now all you need is a social media account and a phone.